Hello there, Gooners. Good evening. Welcome to the Gooner booth. Just waiting on Tony at the moment, who's just having some late night dinner. But good evening, and if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Old timers, welcome back, and thanks for joining. Going to be breaking down uh, quite a vital game actually this weekend. Leeds United at Ellen Road. Tony, when he comes in, obviously he's going to add that a little bit, cut back 10, 15 minutes into the show. I'll reveal who I think should be playing. Personally, though, guys, I think it's one of them games where we can afford to be a little bit more adventurous. Um, you know, it's just one of them games where Mikel's got to really think. Got to take the handbrake off. There's players not playing top of the game. We know what we're talking about. We're not a channel to be digging people. It's facts, really, isn't it? Lately. And I think as much as obviously last night's game was against a team from Kazakhstan, yes, the movement, the different players playing, like Havertz, Gyökeres, the link up play in the first half was brilliant, and I think that's one thing I've said on this channel, and Tony will back me up, and older users and watchers, sorry, will obviously back me up as well in what I've said. I think these two can play together in certain game states, and I think with Leeds, they're the type of team where you can afford to maybe do that. They'll come at you. They could leave gaps as well. Daniel Farke, is quite an expressive manager. Going to have the crowd behind us and behind them. Sorry, so we're going to have to go at them. So yeah, I mean it's a lot of things going along. A lot of kind of mixed bag really in the media. I've been looking at like Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and looking at fellow Gooners and stuff like that. And it's a mixed bag of what to do. I mean, you feel overly harsh on Martin Ødegaard. He's struggling for form, and there's a lot of people going, oh, he's got this benefit, he's got that benefit. Sometimes, yeah, benefits of controlling the game, but I think we need that expressive play, that player that can unlock things, And anyway, good evening, myself. Thanks for joining again, mate. I'm very confident we will beat Leeds. That Man United result has to have hurt us so badly that now we go on a run. Yeah, great point. Thanks for the comment, mate. Thanks for joining the channel. Yeah, listen, mate. Yeah, I agree. The thing is with it is, we've lacked confidence in terms of the attacking style of play. And I think there's players that have come in, and I know Eza last night didn't set the world alight. We know that. We saw it, but there were certain moments in it. Later on, when we get to it, and then Tony joins the chat, we'll discuss it in a few more details, and obviously I will let you guys know what my starting 11 is. But I think now it's time to stick or twist. You've had a bad result, and oh, sorry about that. That's there we go. There. We've had a bad result against United, but sometimes when you're on these kind of, especially with title challenging campaigns, you have to have these kind of results to give you a kick up the backstage, the backside, and this is what we need. It's what we need, guys. Just going to get Tony into the chat as well.
Evening,
Good evening, mate. You all right?
Yeah, sorry for the delay. Nightmare with the kids tonight, getting dinner sorted and stuff. But yeah, I'm here. We're ready to go. Big game.
Yeah.
Big game ahead.
Yeah, we just had our first chat there from. I just missed the question there from myself, CJ AFC. Just said he's very confident we'll beat Leeds, and that Man United result has to have hurt us so badly that we now go on a run. And I think obviously I agree with it. You have to now, and you have to take it on the chin, mate. It's one of them things. We weren't great. We relied on set pieces. Sometimes you just need to kick up the jacks, and hopefully that'll be the same with a manager, Tone.
Yeah.
Change your ways, mix it up a bit, Tone.
Yeah, no, look, Do you know what? Sorry, I was listening while I was eating to you, Wayne, but you're right. Eze and Odegaard haven't set the world alight at number 10, and I'm a little bit worried. Like, I mean, I'm glad it's pretty timing of Havertz coming back means that Arteta's got a decision to make in terms of he can probably just throw him in that role and just go, look, you both have been good enough. And what we see yesterday as well was quite encouraging of how York was. You know, how many chances did he get? Yes, I know the opposition before anyone says anything, but how many chances did he get playing with Havertz? It was actually really good to see, and it gives us a little bit of comfort, you know, that there is options now. There is options on that, you know, in our squad. But big game, massive game.
Yeah.
I think we lose this game or drop points and City go and beat Spurs, then there's going to be a huge meltdown, even though it's 1 point clear. I think the PTSD is probably its highest it's ever been this season.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, listen, you'll see it as you say. You've got a spoiler and a sneak peek for your sin as the fact that you're the technical genius of the channel. But you know, I think there's certain things that I want to see now, Tony. And I said on the stream last night.
Evening, Charles.
Thanks for joining, my friend. I said on the chat, and I want to see what I said, Tony. That's what I want to see, and I think that can be the thing going forward. Cherie, thanks for joining, mate. We appreciate it, bud.
Did you go to the game yesterday, Cherie? Were you at the game yesterday? I don't think was you online? You were online yesterday, was you? That Odegaard cameo, I would say nothing, but he just played himself out of the team for Leeds. Arteta probably subbed him off to let him get some goals to boost his confidence, and he produced that. Yeah, no, I mean, I was more pissed off with Madueke yesterday. That shot, I think all over Twitter, they're showing that shot that he skied into row Z, and it's like the chickens are coming home to roost a little bit of Madueke, because I think we've all been a little bit blinded by his how tenacious and quick he is, and how he runs at defenders and stuff. Yeah, he does all that sort of stuff, but there's no end product now. And we need to see end product. I know Saka's not been at his best, but he's not been any better. And I think that's the problem, Wayne. There's not enough goals across the team. Everyone's throwing daggers at Gyökeres. It's like, you're our striker. But at the same time, you've got to look around him and go, well, no one else has been better. You know, and it actually, if it weren't for set pieces, where would we be? That's the worrying thing.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate, exactly. And the things as
well.
Like,
just point out, mate. Our squad is brilliant. We just need the attack to click into the next level. Then we can get it over the line. Exactly, mate. Exactly that.
Yeah. No, that's it. I mean, and like you said, right? And people have been giving him pelters. John Cross in the Mirror today. I said last night. Just prove goes to this is his word. Not listen, guys. It's not verbatim. It's you know, certain things that I picked up on his article, but he went, all it showed was that Havertz is obviously that Gyökeres ain't good enough. And I thought to myself, in that first 45 minutes, you saw Havertz playing a role against it's Kairat, we all know that, but he played in that role and he played it well, right?
Yeah.
And that could be the thing. It's little tweaks, mate. And the fact is as well, like as Cherie said, you know, Odegaard didn't come on to set the world alight. I mean, that dink ball, if I have to see him do that dink ball again into the box to try to get on the striker's head, I'm going to pull my arm off. Going to rip it out of the socket. It is frustrating and it is just pony. Like, what are you doing? He's out of ideas. He's out of form. Yeah. You know, he's a good player. We've all seen it. He's a good player. He's not producing at the moment. Take him out of the firing line.
Shreya's put Max down and please be fit for Wigan. I need a break from Madueke. Havertz as a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I didn't think
they were.
He has some nice touches. What's his the other guy's name that ain't on yet? We can't. But Eze's not. Eze didn't in the game yesterday. I don't know if you guys can contest to this. Did he do enough to say I'm starting against Leeds? So I don't think he did.
And why I've gone for I think that in what it is, Tony, is through the middle. Where there's a few sort of like few passages of play in where the balls he's playing, and as I say, look, I know what a Jazz for. I don't know if he's on yet, but he's saying about
Jazz for, yeah, yeah.
But
He said we
what I'm
can't rely
saying
on
is
touches, and I agree with
he's
him.
a classy operator, and he need this is why that for me. These are two things. Now it's not a slant on Trossard because I think I'm not going to be too spoilers because you're going to show him anyway. But I want Eze on the left. I've said that. I want Eze somewhere apart of that. If you're going to get Havertz as a support striker, drops into midfield. He's now got the striker to do it. When he first came into the team, he had Eddie Nketiah. Right, that's all he had, didn't he? I think Jesus for a bit. Jesus was in and out of like his body was getting injured, so he was constantly struggling. Right.
Yeah.
So, when Havertz came into the team, he hasn't got that striker who runs the channels, does what Gyökeres does, and he's on the move. He, in Germany, go and watch Havertz in Germany play. He wasn't a striker. He was playing behind a main striker. He was the number 10. He was a goal-scoring number 10. We have a number 10 who has phenomenal technical ability on the ball. He has phenomenal ball security. Yeah. He's a lovely player when he's on it, when he's on his game. We know he can strike a ball. We know he can play these kind of balls. Erdegaard's had the great assist for Trossard and in the Champions League, didn't he, against Porto to turn the game around when we were struggling to break them down. He can do that. We all know that. Right now, we're not seeing it, Tone. So all we're saying is, we're not saying he's shit, see you later, bye-bye. We've got depth in this squad now to go, you know what, Martin, you're my captain, but Havertz has come on. I want to try this. You have to be physical. Yeah, take him out of firing. You have to be physical against this Leeds team at Ellen Road when they're on you. And that them two up front, they'll do it for you. And as I say, you can use him as a 10. You can have Jesus as your backup to Gyökeres if you like. But I think Havertz should be playing from there for quite often and not Tone.
Yeah,
if we want to turn.
Shuai's made a very good point here. By the way, look, let's speak on the positives. It's criminal Norgard is not seeing more minutes. Eze did well to start versus Leeds.
Yeah.
And if Odegaard starts on Saturday and drops a stinker, he might get abused like real bad. He will, mate. He will. Sure. He hasn't been good, mate. He hasn't been good. And this
is your captain,
it's hard. He's supposed to be your captain. God forbid, right? We go out and lose at Ellen Road, right? And Odegaard's in that team. And he will get pelters because he's the captain. And these are the time. This is the time of the season. Sorry, this is the business end of the season. You need your captain to step in when things aren't going our way. And we're not playing very well. But you need strong leaders to get you out of that, right? That's how you win a league, right? If I think Declan Rice needs that captain's armband. I know I keep saying it, and a lot of people have been saying it as well. And he won't do that this season. But I don't think Odegaard is our guy. I don't think he's our guy. He's a good player. I think Odegaard would play a lot better without the armband. He hasn't got that weight on his shoulders. Some goes to him like, go and play your football. Don't worry about being captain. Leave that to Dex and Gabs.
Yeah, definitely, Tone. I mean, another one as well. Just to add, just another thing to say about Erdegaard, and this is just a different subject matter entirely. I don't know if it's if he's been rubbed up the wrong way, or if there's comments, because listen, these footballers read it all the time, right? I don't know if you noticed it. I didn't say it on the stream last night because obviously we were just talking and we were just breaking the game down and breaking certain aspects of it down. Eze come over at the team huddle, right? And I saw it. And it's on my account on the and he's gone like that to Martin Erdegaard. But Martin Erdegaard's carried on walking, and then he's gone and done his huddle or whatever. And I thought he's left him hanging, right? He's got to know that if it's not Eze, it's going to be Havertz now. And someone said online, and I've said this as well, as much as I know he's not strong enough, but I have said that I think he needs to find his spot in this football club further back. And if that means to rotate, I mean, Norgard as well, I agree with Shuey, by the way. He should get more minutes.
He does, He done
well.
Whenever Norgard's played, he hasn't done
well, Tone. He deserves the minutes, and he's a good bowler. He's not elite, but he's a good bowler. Evening Retro, thanks for joining, mate.
Yeah, mate, welcome back.
Read that out for us. So
might as well pack up and go home if we lose to Leeds. Yes, they're they're good at home. But if you're a serious contender, you beat the bottom table clubs in title races. Recent times, we lost to West Ham and Southampton. Yeah, I agree with you. Hello, I want to read a stat before you get in any further, Wayne, right? I'm looking at the Leeds opposition, right? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, right? He dropped off a cliff, yeah? He has scored 9 goals in 21 Premier League appearances. How is Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring more goals than Saka?
Well, how is it also as well? I say Gyökeres as well. You'd say, but again, I think it's the fundamentals of the team as opposed to anything, and
that's why That's why, Wayne. I don't want us to buy a top level striker because I don't think we'll use them. Top level strikers like Alvarez and other players we've been looking at. What's the point? Arteta does not use strikers to the best of their ability. Look at yesterday, right? He let the handcuffs off because we're playing a team in the Champions League. The bottom, they weren't going to prove much of a threat, although we made it hard work of it, right? That ball from Havertz straight down the line, right? That won't happen against Leeds. Watch. If it does happen, I'll be absolutely thrilled. But I don't see us doing stuff like that. Havertz was so direct. Eze was so direct.
Yeah.
Right? Ball was moving forward.
Much as he wasn't fantastic, he's direct tone.
Exactly. But Gyökeres made that run. He dropped the shoulder. It was straight through the middle, onto it, bang, goal. Right? That's what we want to see. That's how Gyökeres. That's how he operates. That's how the guy operates. Odegaard, in the second half, I spotted it a few times. Actually, there's something on X as well. A guy that he's literally clipped Odegaard with the ball. They're on the counter attack, and he's going pass, and he's doing all this fucking shit. He's frustrating. That's why it doesn't work with Gyökeres. Havertz, first time, bang, first time. But if it doesn't come off, it doesn't come off. But even Eze was doing it a few times. First time. It was always going forward yesterday. Do that against Leeds. None of this sideways shit. Let them get back into shape. And I'll tell you one thing as well. They'll punish us if we let them.
Yeah. Shuey makes a good point as well, Tom. He's on fire. Shuey makes a good point here, mate.
Well, I mean, Arteta is Odegaard's reckoning. Drop him and save the season or play him more. He generally gets Xhaka level abuse. We don't need a higher touch 10 like Ode Eze is low touch and it still makes it happen. Yeah, look, I think that one thing that I want to see against Leeds, I want to see more shooting outside the box. We don't shoot enough from outside the box. Man United don't last week. Took a gamble, right? They shot that Dogu goal. He probably won't ever score a goal like that in his fucking life or his career, right? He won't ever score a goal like that again. He took a risk. He took a shot. All right, we shouldn't have given him space. That's another story. But he took a shot. How many shots have we had from outside the box this season?
No, you know what? It's a fun another one as well to tell you guys as well, and it's a different aspect to what Tony's just said. But someone pulled it up as well. Yeah, obviously, I know they got a penalty, Kairat, so that was obviously basically a dead ball situation. We've conceded in our last 5 shots on target 5 goals. So
that's worrying, really.
And going back to it is. Again, this is what happens to us. This is the way football happens. Like we're control. The moment the opposition get a chance, bang, it's a goal, and you're sitting there going, "What the fuck?" You know. But one thing I think is a positive, like you say, yes, it's Kairat. But the way we played with Eze and Havertz on that pitch, further up, right? You obviously had Noni, who was just taking players on and then blazing the ball 38,000 feet up into the air over the bar, right? If you're going to get Saka as well has also struggled. And the thing is, what we have to look at is, like someone's also mentioned, much as you're not trying to always excuses, but again, Saka and Odegaard. Saka's had a more serious one than Odegaard, but Odegaard's been. You remember he's coming on he had 20 minutes, he got injured again. He kept getting injured and injured. And people saying, "I'll get Odegaard and Eze on the pitch." You know, you can do that in certain situations. You can have a deep line 6. I've said that. You can have a deep line 6. You could have Havertz and Odegaard. Odegaard be your super, the controller sort of thing. You've got your number 6 sitting there, patrolling, moving in, setting wide with his centre backs, having a Calafiori, whoever on your left hand side. You know, you have to bring these players in that are changing it when these guys are struggling, Tone. And Noni, excuse me, and I apologise.
He wasn't great yesterday, was he?
Noni wasn't great. So you think to yourself, I mean, Saka's going to play, but what I'm saying is Odegaard's the same. Ødegaard shouldn't play because he's the captain. Saka shouldn't play because he's the star boy if he's not in form. But Noni's not really done anything to suggest that he should not play it. You know what I mean? That he should play ahead of Saka right now. So, Saka will obviously get the nod, and he should get the nod. But it's also got to be noted that they have been carrying injuries and they're struggling, and they should not Saka or Ødegaard should not be guaranteed to start in this football team if they're out of form. But
Yeah.
the players have to come in. Eza's got to do it, or as I said, when we cut to my 11, I'll explain it. But I think it can work.
Yeah,
this way as well.
read
this out, Tone. Go on, mate.
Then we'll cut to the starting 11. Yeah, I love Ødegaard, but Eze brings the best out of Rice and Zubi. Oh, what's happened there? Sorry,
it was doing it to me earlier. Watch out, mate. I don't
know.
Oh.
What's going on here?
What is happening with it?
Thanks, going on.
Yeah, God, what is going on? Guys, please apologise for the technical issues here. What is going on here? What's happening, Tom? Yeah. We apologise, Cherie. That was a technical glitch. Wasn't anything.
It's still. I'm not clicking anything at the moment. It's still. Oh, comments. Right, sorry. Well, let's try again, guys. Sorry. I love Ødegaard, but Eze brings the best out of Rice and Zubi because Eze doesn't come to 6 to collect the ball. Rice and Zubi are better when they have. Yes, Ødegaard doesn't need to come short. Eze, and I've been saying this for a while. Sure, I think
Tony has. Sure,
repeated. I think we've spoke about it a few times. He doesn't feel the need to. Right, then that's what isolates Ødegaard. Havertz didn't cut. What I said yesterday, Havertz didn't once go near Norgard, and who else was playing? Eze was playing number 8, wasn't he?
Eze, yeah.
He didn't come anywhere near them two. He let them play in the deep line. We've got 2 really, really good deep line ball midfielders. Leave them to do their part. Got Sleeper and Gabs behind, who were good at passing the ball. Calafiori, who probably will start. We'll get into that very shortly. Yeah, we're working now. Comments yet? Arsenal and good teams used to do it all the time. Control football is a fancy way of just waiting for a counter to happen. You get caught out because teams on the halfway line while attacking. Yeah. And I think Arteta's scared of that. That's why he doesn't.
He's very cautious. Retro. He's it works, but at times you got to let that hand break off, mate. He's too cautious. He has to get. If we can win this league with my starting 11, which you're going to see in a minute, guys. We can win that. We can win the league.
I'll read this out and we'll get into it. Yeah, our best run of form is when Eze is the 10. Because the way the front 4 links together when Eze plays is more fluidity. Saka, Trossard come more inside, switch wings. Eze goes to the left or the right. He does. He don't stick to one side. No, definitely.
No. You could have it in all kinds of ways, Sherry. I get what you're saying. He can also dovetail with both. What you'll see. What I'll explain myself when Tony gets it on, mate. But that's a very good point as well.
Cool. Let's go into the starting 11. Cool. Well, he's got it. I really want to see this. By the way, I really want to see Eze on the left and Havertz in that role.
It's just for today, Tom. But what I'm saying is this team, that team is the team that can take you to trophies. In my opinion, that's the strongest possible team. How we can set up, and Eze is a 10, of course, but Eze can play off that left and float. But you can also, if you wanted to play Havertz up there and have Eze off of him, in sometimes to give Gyökeres a rest, put Trossard on the left, the Martinelli, different game states demand that, and we got the players now, Tone. But this team is what I want to see against Leeds, because I think, Jesus Christ, it will, one thing can argue as well, Tone. Timber's a fantastic defender, but he does the positions he takes. He wants to be a centre forward, a right winger. Benny White is a controlled sort of like. He's got the pauser kind of, they say online, but he stops. He's more better attacking, while Timber is one of the best defensive players at the club. But he's got to compromise, or Arteta's got to compromise his position and just tell him, defend, Timber. Run that line, defend. Do not jump. Because listen as well, boys. There'll be like 2 or 3 occasions when he's taken the ball off Gyökeres' head as a centre forward, being a right back, and Gyök could have had 2-3 extra goals this season, and a little less flack on his back. You know, so it's up to Arteta now to adjust the way he plays with Timber. You know, but we got options, boys. We've known that the team is strong. But this for me, Tone, has the balance with Rice and Zubi and the attacking. You know what I mean?
I don't think he'll go over Eze on the left, though, mate. I know you're trying. Your last couple of 11s have thrown Eze on the left. It might maybe one day it will come off, mate. But I don't.
One day it will. But I think
Trossard. I think you'll probably
if
find
he starts
Trossard
Erdegaard, like Shuey said. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But if he starts Erdegaard, if he goes Erdegaard, Trossard, Saka, I would say just be in for a. I mean, basically, we can't watch it live anyway. But you know, it's going to be it'll be frustrating. It will be a frustrating one because I just think the guy's not in form, and it's either live and die by his sword. It's a Xhaka moment that Emery had, and where people were saying, obviously he redeveloped. Arteta came in and reutilized him in his correct position. Xhaka,
yeah,
and he gave him a freer role, and he enjoyed himself a bit more. But Erdegaard needs, I think, a bit of a reimagining tone.
Yeah, no, I think that one thing that might work in our favour is the Leeds manager. He's very pragmatic. He's not one to sit in.
Yeah,
he's probably the only manager I don't see going with the full block. He'll go with some sort of block because he has to, but I don't think he'll go with the full block. Then that might work in our favour for this game. So you get to comment out, Sheree, so I put on the screen for a while. Yeah, basically we can confuse low blocks more. Odegaard is so static on the right. The way Trossard, Saka, Eze interchange confuses defence. Look at how we dismantled blocks like Sunderland, Newcastle, Fulham. Yeah, we did. I don't think. I think he's going to stick with his captain. I think Havertz got a run out. I mean, obviously, we'll keep an eye on the press conference tomorrow. But I'm hoping that Havertz's knee hasn't swelled up. Apparently, the last couple of games, his knee swelled up really badly to the point where he had to sit out another 2 weeks. So hopefully he's all iced up and ready to go. But look at the games versus Fulham, Newcastle, Sunderland, Spurs, Palace. When Eze, Saka, Trossard are in the pockets, you can see the sheer panic on defenders. They can defend them. They can't defend them. Calafiori being back is huge. It is.
Calafiori and Trossard were phenomenal.
Yeah, because Calafiori is actually a really good attacker.
No, as you say, it's all across the pitch, Tone. And I think obviously, what if Calafiori's back? I would say obviously Trossard. But what if you're not going to put Havertz in there? You might be a thing you might try a little bit later on, Tone. Eze's got to be in the number 10 then.
Thing is, I would start Havertz if he's fit enough. Give him 60 minutes, right? Yeah. Because that lineup should blow teams away. Blow Leeds away in the first half. Get a 2-0 cushion, then bring on Odegaard or to manage the game.
The thing is, it has to be managed. And Odegaard's a guy that you wouldn't want him to manage. Like he come on against Newcastle, and was made a point. I don't know if it was a Jazz for or someone came on and one of our regulars and made the point at Newcastle, like he kind of helped change the game. Well, this is what we want. If he's not doing it from the start, he has been taken off between 55 and 60 minutes, 3 games in a row, because it's just not happening for him. All right. So what you've got to look at now is if obviously Havertz can get you 50, 60 minutes, all right, against Leeds, do the business, do the damage, then you go, all right, we rest his knee up again, Bones, and then you go for you put Erdegaard on. But yesterday, that was, we just went turgid when Erdegaard come on. We went back to usual, and it's just like you got to change it up, Tone.
Evening, Alf. Evening, boys.
Do you congratulations as well, boy, is in order. Well done today.
What's that? What's going on?
Sorry, it's just a family thing, but he passed his test. He's on the road now, Tone.
Oh, bloody hell! Well done, Alf.
But thanks for joining, boy. Well done, mate.
When you're out on the roads, mate, I won't go out.
Yeah, watch out. Another Tottenham fan.
No, well done, mate. Well
anyway,
done.
Thanks for joining, Alf. Go on, mate.
So his question, evening, boys. Do you think Calafiori is a dangerous choice because of Wednesday night? I know there were some doubts. Yeah, it was a bit clumsy, but I think that he switched off for a little while, mate. I don't think we need him at left back. I think playing with Gabs and Saliba, Timber. Yeah, he'll slot in nicely. Sharia, Tony, they actually sit in, but they are really aggressive when the ball gets to your forward players. And the way Odegaard is playing like a fairy, they will target him and see.
Sure. I'm glad you said that, Tone. I'm pretty sure some of you guys watched it. Did you watch it, Tone? Alpha, yeah, no, you're welcome, mate, and all the best, boy. You take it easy out there. You enjoy yourself. Begins now, mate. All the fun.
Follow the speed limit.
Yeah, just to watch out for speed cameras. That he went in for a challenge and he pulled out.
Yeah,
he pulled out the challenge, and I thought, what are you doing? Yeah, their tactics. Yeah, evening, Malcolm. Yeah, you guys
Malcolm,
won,
mate.
or wasn't it? Yeah, I followed it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good at home. They are good at home, but right. But if you want to win the league, you have to go in. You have to go away to these grounds.
No, you have to.
You got to tough it out, and you got to get a result. You have to get a result. These are the sort of games where, if we nick a corner and see it out 1-0 like we did against Everton, sorry, Malcolm, you take it because there's 3 points on the board. As long as we get 3 points on the board, we're not in great form. Our attacking play isn't great. Let's be honest, it isn't great. Leeds will know how to play us. There's a footprint now to play Arteta. That's why Arteta's got to tweak his tactics. Otherwise, the league is going to slip away from us, Wayne.
Exactly, mate. And someone said as well, like with Trossard, right, with the link in Calafiori and Trossard, which is fantastic. But is Trossard is 30, he's 30, and he can 30, 31, coming up to between that age, right?
Yeah.
How old is Eza? Eza's 27. Yeah, maybe just turning 28 this year. He's got 3 years on Trossard, right? You signed him for 60-odd million, and you're not playing him. He can play from that left tone. He can play in the 10. Another thing as well, Trossard came to us as well as an attacking midfielder, so he could play across the front line. Yeah, he could play as a false 9. I think he's done it a couple of times, in his Arsenal career so far. But Trossard, in all due respect, is a player that has been in phenomenal form, but he's dropped off a little bit, and that's, I think, because of Calafiori. But you have to also look at it now to go, right, what have I signed Eza for? You know, if I've got Havertz back and I want Havertz off a yacht because he's got a proper striker to play with, you know, why? Yeah, I like that comment, Retro. That's a very good point, mate.
He's a good attacker. He's a good attacker. You can't take that away from him.
To be fair,
he's really good attacking footballer.
He just needs to be in your team. It doesn't matter where he plays. Just put Calafiori on the pitch, mate. You know.
Well, look, the goal he scored against City, mate, where he's run up and the ball's been laid back to him and he's just curled it into the top corner. That's what he's capable of. He's probably one of the best shooters in our team.
Yeah.
Cherie's put, don't think Arteta is an elite coach. It's so easy up against him. But do you remember to get a point against a prime Pep or Klopp, you had to have the game of your lives? Yeah, you did. He did. And I think
it's a good point. He's got his weakness, definitely. I mean, you're right in that sense, definitely. I mean, he can be a bit of both of these managers, but he's got the way he sets up. It can be an easy, like low blocks. It's easy, boom. But the problem as well, I go down to personnel, and it's the attacking side of his game, Cherie, and the way we attack. And you have to be unpredictable. You have to. That's why Noni adds a bit of chaos. He just doesn't add a bit of He doesn't add a bit of end game, end product. That's the problem with Noni. He's a chaos creator. You need chaos. You need a maverick, which Eze is, and you need a number 10 who's going to be supporting your striker, And another thing as well, guys, I wanted to Tone, before I go on to my point quickly though, just to read Retro's out and I'll
Retro, interesting point here. Play Calla at left wing with Nkapia or Timber at left back because Ben White needs to be back in the team. Yeah, it's a bit harsh on Ben White. Yeah, I will say that it is a bit harsh on White. Evening, Ted, mate.
Evening, Ted.
Guys. Hope you're well. Last night was a strange match, but also very nice to be at the game where we was nothing on the line.
Yeah.
I even allowed myself a half-time beer and didn't rush it. Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Well, exactly. It was well done. And I know, obviously, it could have been a chilly night there, matey. But it's one of a strange game, but one where, again, look, we had a bit stressful one against Manchester United. So to go there and just chill out, have a beer at half-time, and just go, right, we'll come back now. It was a game that was kind of a dead rubber. But you go to watch a football club, and yeah, but well done, matey. Again, obviously, I'll be there soon in a game against Sunderland, so I'm hoping for them to turn up. I'm going to make my point again, Tony. But go to Shuri, mate.
God, the comments are flying and love it, guys. Just hit the like button for us and the subscribe.
Yeah, thanks. Keep them coming, guys.
Tony and Wayne, we are such a good team and have good players. So I feel when team have to take points against us, every player on opposition has to drop a 9 out of 10. Yeah, but that's going to be the case.
Shuri, don't they?
Always going to be the case, mate, as well, though. We're the ones to beat. We're top of the league. We're coming to your home ground. They're going to get up for it. It's like United, right? I'll add this argument again with the United guy at work. He thinks that they've turned the corner.
like they all fucking do, right? And I've
Yeah.
literally gone, look, it's a lot easier for Michael Carrick to get his team up for a City game at home, right, and an Arsenal game away, right? Nothing to lose. You're playing
Nothing to lose. You're not.
and you're in
Yeah.
a City derby where everyone's expecting City to annihilate you. Same with the United games. To come into it more relaxed, we play with that freedom. Let's say they're going against Fulham, right? Because I don't think they'll do much against Fulham. I reckon they'll struggle, right? Because it's a completely different mindset he's got to get him into. Now, with going to Ellen Road, Leeds are going to be up for it naturally because top of the league are coming. The fans are going to be up for it. Atmosphere is going to be toxic. Not toxic. What's the word I'm looking for? They're going to try and create an atmosphere that's intimidating. There we go.
That's the one. You got to get it out eventually, Sam.
Yeah, and Leeds do have a good atmosphere. You know, they do have, that's what they've had to rely on their home form to stay in the Premier League, right? So this is no different. They're going to be waiting for us. They're going to be every single tackle is going to be roared. They're going to be up for it. But we've got to go into the game, not panic. For some reason, we're panicking in games, which is another worry of mine. You know, we need to keep Calvert-Lewin quiet. I think that's the key. Keep that guy quiet because they will be deadly from set pieces and they're going to play for set pieces. Tez, but good to see Gyökeres score, which is not many can say. Nice to see Havertz back. Also, many young Gooners are made for a relaxed atmosphere. Is the lineup on the screen the predicted lineup? Yes, it is, mate. Yeah.
To be fair, mate, this is my wish, and it's just that I want to see it unleashed.
11. It's a part of our show, mate. Yeah.
Because I've just predicted it, mate. This is what I want. If you're going to ask me, do I believe Mikel will go for it? No. But do I think this is a team that can let the handbrake off and create some havoc against Leeds? Yeah, and against many teams, to be fair. Another thing as well, Tone, and guys, keep coming in. Fantastic. We love these comments. We appreciate them. One that I was thinking, it might be a random take, but bear with me. Right, but it was. There's a Gyökeres' announcement video. Right, this is. I don't know if it's best. I can't. I think of the word. I'm like you, Tone. I've got a bit of brain freeze, mate. I'm thinking about.
They done like a Batman type thing, didn't they?
Yeah, but did you see that? He said they were speaking to Gyökeres. What they'd done when the player came in, there was he picked him up from the airport. He's in the limousine, and they asked him a question, and and what it was, Ødegaard used to do captain's notes to all the new players, and he said something or other in the note, "Welcome to the club," blah blah blah, and it's something or other. We settle in or something, and Gyökeres said, "All I need is assists," and he's not assisted him once this year. Now, what I just wanted to say, guys, is not that makes any difference whatsoever, but Gyökeres said. For the captain's note, when he was signing and coming doing the announcement video, all I need is assists, and it's just, it's one of them things I just picked up on. Gone, Jesus Christ, he said that not once this season has he received one from the captain.
Havertz has got more assists to Gyökeres.
Havertz has got more assists for Gyökeres than Ødegaard has,
which is absolutely nuts.
It was just a random one that popped in there, guys. Sorry, but.
And Eze's got more assists to Gyökeres.
Yeah, look what Eze did coming from the left as well, Tone.
Yeah.
He's come down left hand side.
Was that against Leeds?
That was against Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest, yeah. So,
sorry, Shuri, it was just the thought that popped in my head like last night about Ødegaard and when he'd done that tried to attempt that clip pass into Gyökeres, and I apologise, guys. It's just something that I remembered. And I just wanted to say ironic. It's ironic. Sorry, that's it. The irony of it, of him saying that Gyökeres asking his captain for assist, and the captain can't find him at all. So
yeah. Arteta, please pick the right team. Dust the game at 60. Rest players for that Chelsea game. We have to get the cup final. Through a Carabao Cup win psychologically boosts this team for running. Yeah, it does.
What have I said, Tone?
I'm saying that as well.
It's saying it for a fair few months.
If we can get over the line with one trophy, that will drive us to go and win the Premier League. I agree with you. I feel that as well. Tez put MLS literally gave him an open goal last night. To be fair, yeah. But the first
Martin
goal
nearly nicked a goal off him as well, Ted, didn't he? Because that was going in. But I get what you're saying. Again, it's stretching with it. But what you have to. People are going, oh, he's missed 4 goals, Tone, right? And one of them, 4 chances, but one of them was that Martinelli kicked the ball in the back of the net, right? Martinelli could have left that and the ball would have gone in. That's 2 goals for Gyökeres, and you might not be moaning too much. that what you got to realise with this guy again, it's the people. He got found. He got space. He hasn't had that. He hasn't been given that. We had space in these goals. He's got to be a bit more on it. I agree with you. If he's a bit further forward, it's more likely he's positioning as opposed to missing an open goal, and he was stretching for it. But it was much better. But in the Premier League, it's much tougher. But I think with a player like Havertz, with Eza, with Calafiori back, this now or never for Gyökeres. And I think Havertz will be the one if he can stay fully fit. That is. Eza as well. I keep saying Eza as well. Eza and Havertz behind. Eza, Havertz, Saka behind Gyökeres, guys. Come on, I mean that's not bad,
Yeah. True. I like that you are half glass full. Keep bringing the good vibes. Yeah, we will, mate. We will. Look, we're.
Listen, I just want to. You know what it, Ted? We've suffered so long. We've had he fought to get to this football club. And I just want to see him score goals. And, as much as we love Havertz' hold-up play and his ability as a 9, he does miss a lot of chances. And Haaland, by the way, as well, Haaland misses chances. Haaland is considered one of the best strikers in world football. Mbappe's banging him in. Mbappe and Haaland, right? But they miss chances. Haaland misses chances. Hopefully... if he's got Havertz, they literally haven't played together. 45 minutes. Again, yes, Kazakhstan's team that we've never heard of, guys. I'm there and I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm just saying the link-up play, doesn't matter who you play. Doesn't matter what team you play. The link-up's always going to be there. It can be there in the Premier League. And they just like that, the wavelength, boom. Havertz is that kind of player, Tone. He Timo Werner... Timo Werner, when Chelsea signed Timo Werner and Havertz, I thought, Jesus Christ, they're gonna link up here because this is Havertz's game. I followed Havertz in the German league prior to him going to Chelsea, and I'm not going. This is why I like Havertz, Tone, because I followed him, see what the kind of player he was at Bayer Leverkusen, and see Chelsea absolutely they killed him. They killed that Havertz. He was on board to be a world-class number 10. He still can be if he can be fully fit for this football club. That's only good for us if he's got a proper striker. He played with a proper striker out in Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, the German league is a different league, but he loves that kind of role, Tone, behind the main striker. That's what he's done a great job, didn't he, as a 9, but he's not always that lethal at finishing. But when he's got the space, because Gyökeres will allow him to have that space. That's the difference between him and Ødegaard, mate.
Yeah. I think Ødegaard, good evening to you, mate. How are you?
Good evening. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the chat, mate. Keep them coming.
Mr. T, yeah. I think Arteta will have the same lineup that played on Sunday. The players were good enough to win, but they all switched off mentally after 30 minutes. They did. They need to put things right on Saturday. Yeah, I do think that. I don't think Ødegaard should be starting.
I think if you take Ødegaard out, the others to start.
I think we see enough last night to warrant Havertz at least getting 60 minutes with Gyökeres tomorrow.
I think Gyökeres has got to start. I mean, listen, mate, and again, thanks for joining. I just don't. I'm not thinking that Jesus is top in the Premier League, like is elite kind of in that. And yes, Gyökeres isn't fantastic, but Gyökeres does a different job to what Jesus does, and he's a stronger lad. And Jesus needs to find his way where if he gets fitter and he can do what Gyökeres does, he comes on for 30 minutes and creates havoc. Came on last night, got a goal. Yes, it was offside. Fantastic finish though, Tone, wasn't it? That was a brilliant finish. This is what Jesus can give you.
Yeah,
and he's got to fight for that as well. And I think that's vitally important.
He was offside. It was offside too many times against United than I would have liked.
This is what I'm saying, Tone. It's
I think he had an opportunity against United to now we're starting to kick Gyökeres out the starting 11. I don't think he's done that. I think Gyökeres slots straight back in for this game, just because of the physicality as well of Leeds. They're going to try and
is, mate. Right? We need a physical striker up there. And myself here, Tone, makes a good point. And
I'll read it out, mate. I'll read it out. Go on. 15 Premier League finals to go. Imagine the new football ammunition we have for other fans. I'm getting hyped up thinking about it. How
much problems have I said on this channel about what I get, the abuse I get at work from other fans? I'm honestly, my friend, great.
Our heads won't fit on these cameras, mate. We're going to be so big-headed if we win this league. Just to get that duck off our back. It's been 20 years. We've had pelters from even City. When City turn up at the Emirates and the shit they give it. You know, I remember when you guys had Darius Vassell and Joey Barton playing for you, and you couldn't even fill your new stadium up. It's like, yeah, we've gone through lots of supporters. We've gone through a lot since we moved to that new stadium. It hasn't been good enough, really. There should be more trophies on that board. When you look around that stadium, there should be a lot more trophies and dates, right? That needs to change.
That needs to change. That does need to change, and you know this is where it comes. And let's read this out, Tony.
That's got a very, very, very good point here. Am I being dramatic, or is this weekend win or bust? Desperate for the win on Saturday, mate. It's desperate, and we've made it that
United.
Way.
It has become that way, Ted.
One thing that I would say, Ted, is this weekend's probably going to be the biggest swing of the Premier League title race, right? And it could go in City's favour, can go in our favour. We could be sitting there Sunday, or you know, and we're 7 points clear because Spurs have done us a favour. Can't see it. Alpha will be watching. You know, Spurs can do us a favour. But yeah, it's a tough one. But we've got to do our job. We have to do our job.
It's always, that's the main thing, Tone. First and foremost, always do our own job.
Fold, mate. We have to turn up. We have to turn up. It's so. Do you know what's really frustrating? We could be literally running away with it. But if we'd have got 9 points clear, I think that would have been enough to put City off. I reckon we would have been, you know, comfortable.
These two games, in all due respect, like Alfie, obviously I stand to him as well that they should want it to win for themselves and not, you know. But this is the swing where we need to turn up.
Malcolm, we will come to the Emirates. We will win 1-0 like Villa Park, lad. Watch me, lad. Yeah. Well,
yeah, listen, not, more than capable. David Moyes, David Moyes has done it before, Malcolm. But as Arsenal fans, we hope that's not true. But I get what you're saying here. David Moyes has done it before. He's got previous with us. He's a nightmare. Does it all
for the time. Retro's put there for the first 7 to 8 years of the stadium. We did get into title races, but the stadium was like a morgue at times.
Yeah, and
the club didn't try to help create an atmosphere. No, it didn't, and it was the Joe. I don't know if you guys heard.
What it was a lot of sorry, time, but a lot of carry on with your thought just quickly. What he's saying there as well. I think a lot of the Highbury boys were separated throughout the stadium, so the people creating that atmosphere we're all spread about. That's what a few of my friends and quite a lot of people online were saying that tone.
Apparently, the new stadiums as well. They have what's called an echo noise. I don't know if you heard. When we had the Emirates built, apparently they asked Wenger, do they want to put an echo noise in so it enhances the crowd, and he said no. He said no. So, Marcel's put, I'm Arsenal forever and always, no matter what. But I want future fans that feel that success and understand how massive we are. 20 years with no title and no Champions League doesn't make us look elite. No, it doesn't, mate. It doesn't. Well, I think the first time in 5 is this in this Arteta's running. I think we have felt like a big club in the last 3 years, and I think Berta has been an absolute elite sports director this in the summer.
He's got more up his sleeve. He's got more up his sleeve.
Yeah. He's the first manager, right? Sorry, first sporting director that we've had. Sorry, apologies. The first sporting director that we've had that's got all of our business done in the summer, right?
Have you? And sorry, Tone, but also to clarify and just to expand on your point, I have not been checking my phone and spamming my phone for 10, 15 minutes and refreshing Twitter. I have not had, other than the links with Julian Alvarez a week or so ago, I have not had anyone. We've had, maybe a young, something coming. I have not been spammed on my Twitter with transfer news, and the reason is because I'm not looking, and there's nothing because we don't need to, because we've had a sporting director that's literally filled our squad up with every position, and we don't need to dip into anywhere. Yeah, you know. Bear with me, Tone. Please hold the screen, and everyone keep your comments coming. I will be back very shortly, my friend. But yeah, keep them comments coming. I just wanted to leave that with you, Tony. You carry on what you were saying, matey.
Go on. No. What I want to say, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. I don't think Arteta. I don't think it's worth us buying any more strikers under Arteta's reign. Right? I know that's quite strong because I don't see. He doesn't know how to use a striker. Now, I was looking at all the links to Alvarez, and we're looking at 80 to 100 million in the summer, apparently. I wouldn't be happy with us spending that sort of money on a striker in this current system, because he's not going to change it. He's not going to change this system. And I don't... Oh, what's happened here? Sorry, guys. I don't think he's going to... I don't think Gyökeres has benefited from playing under Arteta so far. I'm going to say that with honesty. I'd rather us pump money into a quality left winger or right winger, a world beater of a winger, because they seem to get. I think he plays his tactics through wingers than he does a striker. And I think the proof's in the pudding in terms of Gyökeres only scoring 5 goals. Now, yesterday was a sort of a free hit in terms of if he does start Havertz, is he going to be allowed the same freedom that he had playing against Almaty? He's going to be pragmatic. He's going to be defensive. And the problem is with Arteta, he's defensive before he's attacking. And that's my problem with him. And this is probably why Odegaard isn't as good as he was sort of 2-3 years ago, because he had that little bit of freedom. And I think as the years have gone on, I generally think this season he knows he has to win something, right, to keep his job. So, of course, I think now he's even more pragmatic because he's scared of losing. So that's being put into his tactics. Now, Jas Pende's not on tonight. I don't see him. He's on. But if you are on, good evening, mate. He made a very good point yesterday. Arteta never smiles. He looks stressed all the time. So, but yeah, I don't think. Wait, I was just saying, I don't want us to spend 80 to 100 million on Alvarez, because I don't think Arteta is a sort of manager that's going to benefit from a striker, because Gyökeres has struggled under his tactics. I'd rather spend the money on the top winger if we're going to go in for anyone.
Yeah, the thing is, he done it last year, and he done it again. He done it again when Havertz, he switched Havertz to the number 9 in the team. But I think the only thing you'd have if you're going to look at Alvarez, would always say that you're going to, like I said yesterday as well, that excuse me guys, that you're going to swap, you're going to sell, like Jesus is going to go, and you're going to change him with Alvarez, because Alvarez is your younger Jesus tone. That's all it is. Jesus, as I say, is Alvarez strong enough for the Premier League? He has struggled in strength-wise. Same with Jesus. Finishing ability, being a support striker, that's the role. And I think that's the same sort of like with Jesus. 4-4-2 went out of fashion. And it's also damning to see as well with Pep, who's, as you had, he has got all the money in the world to do it, but he's got the tactics to know that he's not quite excuse me, sorry guys, pardon me. He was never that guy to lead the line constantly for City, and we signed him as a number 9. Yeah. So as much as he adds that different kind of technical aspect to the front line tone, I've always said that I always thought he's an out and out he's not an out and out striker in that sense, and he hasn't got the upper body strength. But he can float around the box. He can make himself a menace. I mean, that goal against Inter is pure instinct. He has got that kind of instinct in him, but he's not lethal. You look at that chance where he come into the box, and he didn't open his foot up, and he kicked it wide. It was wide. It was just straight. He didn't get no bend on it.
Yeah.
You're asking more from your striker there. So I think what I'm getting at is, if anything, Tone, the position in the squad will be for Alvarez. But there could be, like I'd say, you'd have to look at your midfield and maybe on the left-hand side, sort of like, and what you're going to bring in the summer. But Bert has done that, Tone.
I think Jesus. I think he moves Jesus on in the summer. If Jesus doesn't have a worldie of a second half of the season, I think he gets moved on.
Listen, and I'd say don't be surprised as well, guys. Not so much necessarily saying with Odegaard. It could be something that's looked at. Could also be looked at with either Martinelli or Trossard will go.
Yeah.
Jesus will go in the summer. He will make the changes. The player, if he sees the players, he can get the business done, and he'll get the players in. But I think a few players will be sort of like shipping out in the summer.
Yeah, let's get through some comments, mate. There's a few in there. Yeah,
my friend,
myself put where we've been competing again instead of accepting top 4 and the old cup run or final. I've never seen Arsenal like this for many years, which is such a buzz. No, it is, mate. I'm not taking that.
He's keeping us up there. What it is now, myself, is it is about finishing. It's about getting over the line. But of course, remember as well, guys, and remember as yourself, Tone. As much as the tactics are frustrating, again, like I will repeat myself, 23-24, Arteta switched it up and we went on a fantastic run. And we missed out on the league by 2 points, right? And that's because we had a turnaround with Aston Villa later on in the season. If you're going to do we had it like, was it? I think it was like Watkins when they turned it around late and beat us 2-0, right? If you're going to have that, I'd rather it be in January against Man United. We can't afford any more of them. But he has to know this is his time to switch it up and get the players that are going to be effective for him. And this is where you have to hope that, like you said, with Havertz's knee, because he will be vitally important, in my opinion, to play that role behind Gyökeres, cover for Gyökeres if he has to. But I think Arteta, start the season, he was thinking along these lines, what you saw against Kairat,
Yeah. Mr. T has put, the team played a Champions League semi-final against PSG last season. They should be able to cope with Ellen Road. Yeah. We do need to stop conceding goals, though, which has crept in lately. Yeah, we have been shipping goals.
It's funny. Yeah, we have been shipping it too freely, Mr. T, definitely.
CJFC has put, when we got Declan Rice, it's when the mentality of our club changed for the better. It definitely did. He's got to be one of the best midfielders in Europe right now. Ted put, is the Prem made for an out number 9? I think we're referring back to what I was talking about earlier. Only Thiago and Haaland have got good numbers. Yeah, because the tactics
mate.
are played around them strikers.
The tactics are negating it, no time.
Yeah, with Man City, everything is going into Haaland. Every thought process in their play, transitional play, is going through Haaland. It's all intended to go to Haaland. Either it's a cross, or it's a ball over the top, or if it's a through ball, he makes a run, they're looking for him. That isn't the same with Gyökeres. It isn't the same. And I think Havertz has changed that. He changed that narrative last night. I don't know if you see it, Ted. I noticed that when Havertz had the ball, everything was just going directly forward. He was always looking for him. And it was always first time. Always first time.
He wasn't rolling around, was he, Tane? Wasn't going back to his goal, looking to the other side of the pitch, go straight forward.
Odegaard does not play it first time. And that's the problem. That's why they haven't linked up. Saka is the same as well. I'm sorry. Saka does not play the ball first time. Right, and I think there has been arguments in the background over that because Gyökeres does. You see games where Saka will go down the byline, cut back in, go and cut back in. We see Gyökeres going, I can't do nothing now. I've got two centre halves marking me out of the game. So,
did you notice? I mean, another thing that someone said, right? As much as you can, again, sorry before going, Mr. T. To be fair, mate, as part of the group, you either got to do with Dalman, you've either got to get him onto a loan. Somewhere as a young kiddie, or you've got to kind of go, all right, in
I think
and out.
He goes out on loan next year, mate. I think either a championship side comes in for him, or he'll go to like a like when he's gone to a Marseille or something. I reckon he'll go and play football next season a lot on loan, which isn't a bad thing. I think we're just waiting for him to finish his finish at school, basically.
All it is, time.
Then he'll get his scholarship.
Right,
yeah,
the future.
He signs a professional contract. I reckon they will put him out on loan. I reckon not this year, maybe next year. You might see him on the bench and start breaking into that first team. But yeah, he's absolute. He's a talent.
Good point. Talent. He's a ridiculous talent, mate. And just to go back,
Martinelli's a waste of space there. Yeah, well,
listen, for the Premier League, he's such a hot and cold player.
He's very inconsistent. He's got the ability to be a really good winger, but he just doesn't stay consistent. I think there was one season where he was on fire, and he's just not hit the same. We haven't
got that out of him, Malcolm. And
would you take him at Everton, mate? Would you take him at Everton?
Listen, like Richarlison, if you guys like Richarlison, so I mean, you never know. But yeah, if he said he's a waste of space, I'm pretty sure Malcolm doesn't want him at Everton time. But, what I was going to get at as well is, like you say, the other Man United, Jesus offside. Jesus was offside against Kairat, right? Have a look at Gyökeres and the run, that ball. He's onside. Brilliant run, timing. People saying about the touch. The ball was played obviously into his feet, but he's still got control of it. And then he's gone into the space, boom, bang, goal. That's what Gyökeres does.
Yeah.
Play that ball into his pathway and it doesn't look that awkward. Look at the pass that Havertz does, but at least Havertz looked for him. And the run from Gyökeres, he's intelligent. People were saying, he's never going to be elite. I wasn't thinking he was going to be elite. Do you know what I mean? Like when we signed him, I just saw a guy that just loved scoring goals, and that's what it is. Look at that goal where he was there. I think it was Atletico, wasn't it? Where he kicked the back of the player's heel. It went in. He was struggling for a goal. Another one, he kind of just bounced off his chest or that hit him. and it went in. He's just there. He wants to score goals, and however it goes in, it goes in. But you feed this guy. He is one of the best finishers at this club now. It used to be Trossard. It's now him. Saka's our star boy, but Saka, he's just not putting. He's not out. His shots are just
he's not hit the height.
the defenders are coming back in. He's hesitating a bit. Gyökeres releases it, bang, goal. He will score goals like that. He can score goals like he did against Inter, given the space, given the time, mate. Opportunities are endless. With my predicted 11, what I've said, he has to be brave enough to play that, in my opinion. And then it's up to the Trossards, the Martinellis, the Odegaards, the Nonnies, and the Jesus to get into that top four, that team. But that should be your attacking four, however you play it, moving forward, mate. Because that will, you've got your base there, Tane.
Yeah.
You've got your base.
Well, mate, we've been on for an hour. Let's get your predictions.
Yeah. I'm going for us to shut up shop, shut the Ellen Road crowd up. I'm going 8-0 Arsenal. Sorry, guys. I ain't been drinking tonight. I'm going 3-0. 3-0 to 3-0.
I'm going to go with 1-0. Because I just think that at the moment we're so shaky. But I do think Arteta's going to be... I think Calafiori coming back into that back four will give the confidence to Gabs, Saliba, and even Timber, right? Because that back four that's the back four that weren't conceding shots in the game, right? That's that back four that was a brick wall at the start of the season.
Yeah, so that needs to come back, Time.
I think you're going to see a better defensive display against Leeds because they know what Leeds are going to be about. It's going to be Calvert-Lewin's going to be, trying to win them headers and stuff like that, and it's going to be a high press. They're going to be aggressive on the ball when we've got the ball. But I think we get our rhythm going.
Yeah,
I'm saying 1-0 because I generally think
that
it's going to be one of them games where we defend first, nick a goal, and then I think we're going to see it out. But I'm hoping that I'm wrong and it's 3-1 or 3-0. But yeah, Tony, you're right. How about Havertz being more direct? Odegaard holds the ball up too long. And if we are honest, he has not been the same since the injury. No, he hasn't. Too early for Havertz to start with fitness. No, I don't know what. I think Havertz, if his
like Tony said, 60, 65
if his knee hasn't swelled up like the rumours I've been hearing, I've been reading online, I fancy Havertz to start this game just because of how we look more fluid. I don't think it'll go with Eze in the 8. I think Rice goes back in with Zubimendi in that too. And I think Havertz plays in front of them because Havertz won't disrupt Zubimendi and Rice. He'll let them be deep line ball players.
The same as say, you can argue now that in this current state of form, right, that you got Eze or Havertz in that 10 for the rest of the season. That's what you can argue, Tone.
Yeah, so let's put Leeds 1, Arsenal 3, bang a 10 on it as well. I might take you up on that, mate. Yeah, but what's the odds? What the odds are?
Let's have a look.
1-0 shaky win for me as well. Yeah, Ted. Yeah, I just can see it.
Arteta's words, though, boys. I'm hoping on it. Yeah, go on, Retro. Yeah, 3-1. 3-1. I think. Listen, they agree with me though. They don't think they don't agree with us. Retro and myself. Obviously, sorry,
you're going to concede,
but they think we're going to concede. But I think we're going to get 3 goals, boys. And thanks for agreeing with me. I think the Gunners are going to get 3 goals. I think get them in that Ellen Road changing room, boys. They'll remember what he said because, as he said in the presser, Arteta, he said they've obviously, what do you want to be? What do you want to do for these next 4 months? I think he's given them a little tiny rocket as well as they've discussed it, and I think there's going to be a few players wanting to impress, but he's got to play the right attacking.
Do you remember the Arsenal Prime? Did they ever watch the Prime? And Arteta starts drawing pictures of light bulbs and stuff.
Yeah.
He's got weird like management tactics. But look, draw as many pictures as you want. If you win the fucking league, just who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? But look,
it's got to start, and we have to put it back to Man City. We play first. We have to put it back on them. And also, let's not forget, as much as they're still in it, I still don't believe they will be able to sustain it. But Aston Villa are also still sniffing around, and they've obviously they're catching up. So we've got to put it on them as well as City right now.
Yeah. Cool. On that note, guys, thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah, brilliant.
Please hit the like button, helps us out massively. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you Saturday for the match reaction. Hopefully it's a positive one. Hopefully we're talking about being 7 points clear, and then we're all looking ahead to the
and an 8-0 win, Tony.
Yeah, and for the first time this season, we're going to be Tottenham supporters on Sunday. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Cheers. Thanks for joining, guys. We appreciate